What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit that notification bell. Well, let's get into this. Let's get into it. Well, as y'all all know, some may not, but if you're watching this video and you don't, the Knicks got knocked out. We will not be heading to Las Vegas to play the Pacers. I was really hoping for that matchup with Obi Toppin. So we'll be watching. We'll see. We'll see. I still will be rooting for Obi Toppin, not the Indiana Pacers, but I will be rooting for Obi Toppin to have a good season. It's not like I want to see him prove the Knicks organization wrong. But then again, maybe I do. But let's get into this video. As you see the bracket right here, the Knicks is not in it. It's a heartbreaking feeling, but it is what it is. And so we move on. Play Boston Friday. Hit y'all with the plays of the game before I break this game down, what I thought about it, and what I would continue to think if things don't change. And what would one say if you continue to do the same thing? Insanity is crazy. But we'll get into that in a minute. As I said, game. It was a high scoring game. You know what I'm saying? If you look at this, each quarter, the Knicks never won a quarter. 122, 146. What's that? 268 points scored in this game. And as you watch the game, you was wondering, could the Knicks keep pace? And because we know that Knicks, as good as Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson has been lately, offensive player of the week, Julius Randle, I may add, they could they keep up the pace scoring with Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks is like third in offense in the league. Um, they have a lot of scores on the team, and what we pride ourselves is our defense. So what I'm about to talk about is going to sound a little conflicting, because what really killed us in that game, it was our defense, and that's what always killed it. Like, I'm reading the articles already talk about the Knicks can play beat inferior teams, but no match for good teams, and they have a point. But it's not just that. It all comes down to the defense. When we beat them inferior so-called teams, them teams are not really good shooters. So the defensive scheme that Tom Thibodeau runs is effective. You know what I'm saying? It's really effective. But when we come across teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, you see what happened. You see the score, 146. I mean, the Knicks scored 122 points, but 146. And that all falls on the defensive schemes that we use. And if you watch that game, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you look at Adrian Griffin, and he used to work with Tom Thibodeau, so he knows Tom Thibodeau's schemes. He knows how Tom Thibodeau work, his mind work, and he know this scheme, and he know how to beat the scheme. And what he did continuously was run plays just to beat the scheme. But before I talk about that, let's break the game down, and then I'm gonna get to just how Adrian Griffin broke down the New York Knicks defensive scheme ice. I'm gonna always complain about it, because as I went and analyzed that defense, I know it's a defense that's not for today's game. That's just how I can put it. All right, let's get into breakdown of the game. When we look at the team stats, we look at the Knicks. They actually shot 49% from the field, which is not bad. But the Bucks shot 60%, going 55 from 91. The Knicks got 87 shots up, only making 43. When it came to three-pointers, we was horrible tonight. 7-23, which just happened to be my birthday. I'm gonna have to play that number. The Bucks was 23-38, and I'm gonna break that down when I talk about the defense in a few minutes. Free throws, and Knicks was damn near perfect at one point. We went 29 for 33, 87%. They went 13 for 19. We was really getting to the free throw line. Matter of fact, that's what kept us in the game early on in the first half. RJ Barrett was very aggressive going to the hole, but I guess it wasn't enough. Assists, 32-27. I would complain about the assists, but this game we kind of was there. It's just that it was at the wrong moment, at the wrong time. But it's the defense, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the defense is what lost this game. And as soon as I finish this breakdown of the game, I will be jumping to the defense in a moment. Offensive rebounds, 12. Steals, 8 to the 12. Blocks, 6. Last time they had, Brook Lopez had 8 blocks alone. So Like I said in our last video, the Knicks have to stay conscious of Brook Lopez, not force shots in the paint, which they did. Made foolish turnovers this game, 16 turnovers to their 12. I mean, I'm not going to say like we played horrible, but it all goes down to the defensive scheme. Now, let's talk about the defensive scheme right now. This is what I want to talk about. All right, the reason I put the Milwaukee Bucks stat sheet up first before I put the Knicks up because I want to break down that defense and show you how Adrian Griffin broke down Tom Thibodeau defense. All right, look at Mike Beasley. He went 6 for 11 from the field. But if you look at 3-point, he went 6 for 10. So that means every shot that he made was from downtown. Griffin was calling plays that he knew that Ice would leave an open man. This is what I mean about the defense. The defense of Tom Thibodeau's scheme is always going to leave an open shooter. If not an open shooter, it leaves an easy path to the basket because if a player run out to defend that open shooter, then that leaves a straight lane to the basket because other guys already on a weak side playing the man. And what happened? Get a game where a team score 146 points. That's what happened. Now, like I said earlier, people talk about the Knicks beat inferior teams, and that's because them teams don't shoot the ball well. But when you come up against a team like Milwaukee that have players like Dame Lillard, a center like Brook Lopez that can step out, Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton, that's the starters. And every now and then, Amatuma will hit a three. So this defense can't go. You can't run this defense against teams like that. Now, to further boost of what I'm saying, let's go down on the bench. All right, when you go to the bench, you see Champ. He went 2 for 2 from downtown. That's another play that he drew up. If you watch the game, you see these plays specifically drawn up for these players because he know how the defense work of Tom Thibodeau. Tom try to force the man with the ball to the right, to the left, always double teaming the star player or whoever get the ball. Let's be real. Whoever get the ball, the defense call for a double team. That's another reason. This defensive scheme is this traps too much and leave open men all over the court. Y'all gonna keep hearing me say, and like I said earlier in the video, it sounds conflicting because we are one of the best, if not the best team in defense. We rank third somewhere around in defensive rating. So it is conflicting when you look at the stats, but some nights the results it'll have your mind spinning sometimes. Like, how can we be so good and we let teams do this? And we do win games, even though teams will come out and have them scoring spurts. We do win the games. All right, we do win some games, but against the, well, how can I say, superior teams, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Against teams that can shoot, that have multiple shooters on their team, is not going to work. Now let's move over to another reason why this game in particular we lost. Sorry about that. Now when you look at the New York Knicks stat sheet, right? Yes, our starters, they had a good night. R.J. Barrett scored 23 points. Jalen Brunson added 24. Player of the week, Julius Randle, 41. But let's look at their field goal shots, field goal percentage, not their shots. Julius Randle was very efficient tonight, 14 of 19. Jalen Brunson, one would say, almost 50%, 10 for 22. R.J. Barrett, 7 for 18. Now, when we drop down to the rest of the players, the bench, wow. Josh Hart, 5 for 8, kind of respectable. Quickly, 1 for 7. And Josh Hart gets his baskets, his shots because he take them. He'll get the basketball and just go straight down court, head full of steam, just goes right to the basket. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I just wish he had a little more ups because we probably would be seeing some very good high flying dunks from this kid. But Robinson, 1 for 2, fumbled the ball a lot tonight when they did try to get it to him. Hartenstein, 2 for 3. Denver Chizio, 2 for 5. Now, when we go back to the Milwaukee bench for a second, just for 1 second, real quick. You look at Milwaukee bench. Look how the balls moved. Chris Payne had 6 shots. Green had 3 for 4, but when his 3 for 4 was very efficient because they was all from behind the 3-point shots. So the 3 he made was 9 points. But these was plays that Griffin ran for this defense because he know the defense. He know there's going to be open shooters all over the court. So this is why he ran the plays. Now let's get back over to the Knicks to say what I want to say one more time. The offense, it doesn't get, let's say the starters don't get the you know their role players involved in the game as much as I would like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if some of y'all might out there like the way the game is flowing, but I think if we share the ball more, you know what I'm saying, it would, help us on defense when I'm not us playing defense, but the other team, because they would have to run around more. It would get them more tired instead of knowing exactly what's going to happen. Jalen Brunson going to come be in the paint, going to bounce around, put a swarm on him. He's not dishing it out unless he have to. The same with Julius Randle. RJ Barrett is going to try to cut to his left. If not, he'll try to float on his right. We know these things. They know, opposing teams know that these three players is not giving the ball up unless they have to. And when sometimes this happens, what they do, they position themselves for an easy steal. The ball coming out, I know it's easy to predict because now you can only see one or two players the way guys gang up on you. So, excuse me. If you can't see behind you, you can only see your peripheral over what your peripheral is giving you. And all you got to do is step in his peripheral and you got to steal. Well, these are the faults of the players, but for the coach, he had to draw up plays. Adrian Griffin draw up plays for everybody on the team. You know what I'm saying? He let the stars go and work. That's why I didn't bring up Damian Lillard when it came to 3-point shooting, because Dame can hit it from mid-court. So it's really hard to really stop that man when it comes to 3-point shooting. But when you have guys like Payne and Green and Beasley running around just hitting threes at will, these are design plays that coaches know that can um, expose the defense that Tom Thibodeau is running. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and peace.